Anxious is a bit of an understatement, he murmured. It was a very long day. I can definitely relate to that. I like to read. I've read the Twilight series about 6 times. I know why you're here. I was expecting you. Just not this early. You're here to know about me. Why wouldn't you want to know about me? I'm pretty awesome. I guess that's what everyone wants you to think about themselves, right? Not me. I'm going to start by telling you who I am today. Today, sitting here, I am an 18-year-old kid. No. I'm an 18-year-old adult trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. I'm graduating in less than 50 days, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my life. I'm definitely a lot more sure than I was a year ago, but I'm still not sure, and I don't really think a lot of people are at this age. But who I am now is someone who's comfortable with being who I am. I'm not afraid to be me, which is definitely something that 2-3 years ago I couldn't say. I couldn't be me. And it's definitely the greatest feeling in the world, knowing that I can be myself and be proud of that. And I guess a lot of it has to do with my past. And that's that. That's who I am today. 18-year-old adult trying to figure out what he's going to do with his life, who's not afraid to be himself and do what he loves. And I guess it's really almost all that I wanted and all that I was hoping for. And now we're going to look back at my past and how it brought me to where I am today. I started off 3 months premature. I was 2 pounds when I was born. I had a lot of health issues, and I still have some to this day. And it was very hard for my first few years of life, in and out of the hospitals. I don't remember it, but I imagine it sucked. I started school, and everything was fine for the first 4 years. And then my mom and her fiance broke up, and we moved for the first time in 3rd grade. And it was fine starting off. But then 4th grade, the end of 3rd grade, beginning of 4th grade, I started to get bullied. And obviously back then it wasn't harmful bullying, but it hurt. And our living situation was very bad. We were living in a small, ratty trailer with mice running around. So we decided to move about 200 miles away to Green Bay another year after that. So I had moved 2 years in a row, having to meet new people, befriend new people, and leave friends, which sucked. This new school was fine at first too. Everyone seemed to like the new kid, and then I started getting bullied again. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was harmless things, but it still hurt. So we decided to move again another year later. So this is the 3rd year in a row that we've moved. I've had to befriend new people. So this was the beginning of 5th grade. And the first day at this school was probably the worst first day I've ever had. I went home bawling my eyes out. And it sucked, and the bullying continued for the rest of that year until about the end of May, when my mother and uncle were murdered. And then everyone was nice to me, like really nice to me, for about a year, to the end of 6th grade, and then the bullying started again. In 7th grade was probably the worst year of my life. I had to leave class early because I couldn't be in the hallways with kids. They'd trip me, they'd bully me, they'd call me names, and I couldn't take it. And it sucked. 8th grade year, I went to a charter school, the school that I was going to, so I was kind of isolated from the other kids. We still saw each other sometimes, and the bullying continued. Not as bad. So then freshman year, I was like, it's my freshman year of high school. I'm going to go back to regular school. So this was my about 5th year at this school, and the bullying got worse, to where I attempted suicide. Not once, but twice. My grandmother finally said enough is enough. I was being bullied for so many things. I was being bullied for being gay. Even though I wasn't out, I had to change in a bathroom down the hall for Fayed because the boys refused to change in the same locker room as a gay kid. I was a freshman. I didn't know what I was, who I was, but they seemed to know me better than I knew myself. So we moved after 5 years. In this school that we moved to, at first, it seemed great. I was popular. And then, after a big fight with the popular kids, it all started going downhill. This was sophomore year. I decided to finally come out. The bullying got horrendous. Up until I came out, then it kind of died down because they realized that it wasn't affecting me anymore. It happened occasionally, not as bad. They just told me sometimes when I went to the bathroom, oh, you're in the wrong bathroom, you should be in the girls'. And I've rubbed that off my shoulder. But the thing that really started to affect me is when I was working at Subway. And kids from my school would come in with their families. And they'd be like, hey, that's the gay kid at school. And then their families would refuse to have me make their sandwiches because I was gay. That hurt. And I almost lost my job because of it. A 15-year-old kid. What is up with that? So then I found out about this school, Wausau West. And after begging for about a month, my grandmother caved, and here I am. It was the best decision I've ever made. I can be me without being judged. I mean, yes, there's people who are going to judge you everywhere all the time. I've gotten bullied twice in 2 years. It is amazing. I have so many friends, and no one judges me to my face. I can be me, and I can do what I want, and I can be proud of myself. Because of everything that happened is partly the reason why I didn't perform the best I could in school. There's other reasons. Laziness, teenage angst. I wish I performed better in school, but I didn't. And I'm probably gonna be upset at myself for the rest of my life for that. But I'm proud of who I am now. And it all has to do with my past. If I didn't move from school to school, or I didn't deal with the bullies, or I didn't attempt suicide, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be sitting here making this video, going to West. I would be, honestly, I'd probably be dead. If I had to continue living with that bullying, and I didn't move here, I don't know what I would have done. Now I have plans for my future, which I've never had. I want to perform. I want to act, and I want to write plays, and I want to sing. Broadway? Maybe, I hope. For now, I'm going to just start community theater and other things like that. Maybe movies and TV someday. I have hopes and dreams now for what I want to do with my life. And it all has to do with the past. Without the past, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a future or plans. It's great knowing that because of the past, I have a present. And because of the past, I have a future. I haven't thought about suicide in a long time. And I don't think I'm ever going to again. Because I know I have a future. May not be the brightest, but I can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's me. Now, I'm going to get back to reading. And I hope that my future is as bright as Edward's shiny skin.